Audio Jungle.
Hello and welcome to today's edition of Mexico News Network's Breaking News. Thank you for joining us. I'm your host, Elisa Carballo, and we have excellent information for you guys coming right ahead. But before we start, let me remind you to stay informed 24/7 by logging on to our website, www.mexiconewsnetwork.com. And don't forget to follow us on social networks on Facebook, Twitter, as well as Google+. You'll find us as Mexico News Network. Now let's begin with today's information. The recently released 2015 A.T. Kearney Foreign Direct Investment Confidence Index posted the list for the top 25 countries preferred for investment. As it turns out, Mexico is back on the top 10 of the list, stepping up 3 positions from last year's ranking. It is also one of the 2 Latin American nations on the lists. The report also states that business executives are very optimistic about the Americas, with the United States topping the list for its 3rd consecutive year. The Foreign Direct Investment, or FDI, Confidence Index displays senior executives' forecasts for future global investments, pointing out the top choices at a worldwide level for foreign direct investments, as well as foreseeing the destinations that will receive the highest influx of FDI during the following year. The United States, as well as China, topped the list in 1st and 2nd place respectively for their 3rd year in a row, with Europe coming back breaking records with 15 of the 25 countries on the entire listing. Mexico is back on the top 10, taking the number 9th place, stepping up from last year's position in 12th place. The report in fact states that Mexico's recent reforms have opened up opportunities for investors by allowing foreign investment, especially in the energy, telecom, and manufacturing sectors, improving the overall climate for doing business. Now, in other news, according to the International Monetary Fund, the IMF, Mexico's economy will experience very important growth in its gross domestic product. Eventually, it is expected to surpass that of Spain, Holland, and even Russia, whose economies have been greatly affected by the increasing global strength of the American dollar. This situation, which is expected to remain as such for the next few years, has affected foreign currencies, such as the euro, which has lost great power due to a monetary relief program implemented by the European Central Bank. The IMF foresees an estimated 3% growth in Mexico's gross domestic product, which would in fact raise its position from the 14th to the 13th place in the IMF's international ranking of economies. Spain's economic development has been calculated to grow by 2.5% in the year 2015. Mr. Robert Reinhart, Deputy Director in the Western Hemisphere Department of International Monetary Fund, explained that Mexico's rising economy strength obeys 4 main factors. Number 1, the recovery in construction sector. Number 2, foreign investment. 3, maintaining consumption rates. And last but not least, the strengthening of the American economy. These factors are very much expected to guide the country's economic outlook for 2015. Regarding his statement, Mr. Reinhart added that the United States will continue to the top of the ranking, followed by China, Japan, Germany, and the United Kingdom. Moving along to other news, Canadian airline Sunwing recently announced plans to launch a non-stop winter flight from the Canadian city of Windsor, which is right across the river from Detroit, to the city of Cancun. Windsor's Mayor Drew Dilkins assured that people wishing to travel to Cancun will find this flight much more convenient than current options. He also stated in a press release that with the new services offered, residents of Windsor as well as Essex County will no longer have to make long trips and with multiple stops only to reach the beautiful city of Cancun. Mr. Dilkins stated that Windsor's airport currently serves 252,000 passengers a year, and they are very much committed to continually expanding their range of air services to new destinations. This will be the very first season the airline will be operating different flights to 3 new destinations from Windsor. The airline assures that the Riviera Maya is a great acquisition for their schedule. This new flight will come into effect on December 21st and will be the only non-stop option to fly from Windsor in Canada to the gorgeous Cancun. Now moving along to more investment options. During the next couple of years, Mexico's number of hotel rooms is expected to solidly grow by approximately 6% by the year 2017. Of the roughly 20,000 new hotel rooms projected to be built in Mexico, 50% will be set in cities that registered the highest increases in hotel occupancy rates in the year 2014, namely Cancun, Mexico City, and Los Cabos. These are becoming favorite Mexican cities for hotel investment, as data shows from brokerage firm Jones Lang LaSalle confirms. Mexico is very much known as a favorite destination among vacationers and even business people, as it becomes more attractive as a place to do business and invest in. For these very good reasons, Mexico receives numerous amounts of visitors a year, registering 29.1 million visitors a year only in 2014. This sets Mexico's tourism as the 4th largest source of foreign exchange in the nation. Cancun, Mexico City, and Los Cabos are the cities which registered the most dramatic increases in hotel occupancy rates in 2014, this in comparison to their figures in 2013. Cancun increased by 4.3%. Mexico City experienced a staggering 1.5% increase, and Los Cabos, right after recovering from Hurricane Odile, managed to increase occupancy rates by 2.6%. All of this according to data from the Mexican Ministry of Tourism, of course. These numbers have made these 3 cities the top choice for hotel investments in Mexico. Mr. Alfonso de Gortari, Senior Vice President of JLL's Hotel and Hospitality Group Advisory Practice in Mexico, stated on an article by CNN Expansión that the majority of new hotel rooms will be for the business travelers on our upper mid-scale category and luxury developers who want to take advantage of the business tourist flow in cities, as well as on vacation destinations that are of great interest to foreigners, such as Los Cabos and Cancun. According to calculations from JLL, a 25% of new hotel rooms will be targeted for business travelers, 20% for the luxury sector, and the rest will be distributed into other categories. This level of growth, in fact, represents a 6% increase in the number of hotel rooms from 2015 to the year 2017, a very much encouraging number in comparison to the increase of 3.7% from the period that goes between 2012 and 2014. Incredible news, especially for investors. Don't forget, we'll be right back after these few messages with more information on Mexico, the world of business, technology, science, and more.
Audio Jungle.